Today we are going to look at the price patterns. Mainly we are going to look at what we call head and shoulders. Then of course with its opposite pattern that we call inverse head and shoulder. Yeah, let's start with head and shoulder. Yeah, by the way, before we continue, please make sure you subscribe and click that bell for notification so as that you keep receiving more information from the crypto gurus. Yes, so these price patterns that we have seen head and shoulder, they are mainly for price for your trend reversal. Yes, but sometimes it can reflect a trend continuation. It can be formed and you find that it's supposed to be for a trend continuation, though most of the times it is used for, like, use it to understand that the market is going into a different direction. Yes, as we see, we have what we call a head and shoulder. Yes, of course, as you hear the name, it sounds, it has shoulders, two shoulders, head, and what we call the neckline. Those are the most parts that this price pattern has. Though some people, they add and say that it has termination zone. Like me personally, I have my rules that I consider for this head and shoulder. Of course, I include my what? My rules. So in those rules, that's why I bring the word termination zone. I'm going to explain all those. Don't worry, or we just subscribe and yeah, everything will be covered. Yes, so as we see, this is a what? Head and shoulder formed in an uptrend. Of course, one reason for you to verify that when it is formed, it is going to make a trend reversal, it must at least taken some good time. You understand? At least the 3 months. Yes, at least 3 months, or yeah, like we have been in an uptrend and we see head and shoulder being formed within a period time range of 3 months. That's when we understand that we are most likely to experience a trend reversal. Yes, so head and shoulder, of course, we need to have this left shoulder formed, like the market is moving up, forming higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows. Then it come and do what? And make here, like maybe some people can call it a resistance, though it is now starting to form our neckline. Then we need to see this market pushing up. You get? Pushing that up, that impulsive move to form a head. You get? Then we need to see the market coming back. Now here we start seeing signs of our head and shoulder. This market has to come back here and test this line. We should not see this market closing down like this. No, this market should remain above this line, this neckline. That's when we confirm that we have a head and shoulder. But now we need to wait for another condition. We need to see this market again push, this pullback. Yes, push and see this market. Of course, after creating this one, we need to draw what? A line. Someone who is very, like, you're following your pair, you draw there a line. We need to see this market coming and push above this level. You get? But it should not go. Sorry for the network. But we should not see this market closing above here. We should not see this market making like this. No, that one, it becomes now invalid. It means we are still in a trend continuation. But so long as it is here, over there, we have no problem. We have no problem. Our head and shoulder is still valid. Then, to confirm that the market has changed the direction, we need to see this market come and close below here. And close below here. This market, if it is still here, we have not yet confirmed that our trend is changing. We need to see this market coming and close below here. You get? We need to see this market coming and close below here. What do I mean by closing? Of course, when candlesticks are being formed like here, you draw your neckline. Draw your neckline here. Sorry. Let's say, okay, I'm trying to put a candlestick, maybe just for demonstration. Don't worry, just this is a candlestick for demonstration. Yes, actually some people draw like a resistance here. You get, some people draw their support at this point, so they don't want to see the market closing below this support. You get, you draw your candlestick, make sure it touches on this body, the lower body, and this final part of the wick. Yes, and the market should remain above this. When the market is still above this here, we have not yet confirmed that when it breaks and remain here, we have a candlestick here. We have candlesticks for being formed here like this. Like this. Now we confirm that the market is changing the direction. That is for head and shoulder. So let's look at inverse, head and shoulder. Still the principles remain the same, though that this one happens in a downtrend. When you have been in a downtrend for some good time and we see this one being formed, it is showing us signs that the market is changing the direction to the uptrend. Let me delete these lines. Yes, so of course it has the inverse left shoulder, it has the head, inverse right shoulder, it has the neckline. Principles remain the same. It comes, make a lower low, draw your line. We draw our line here. After drawing this line, we need to see the market coming and form a lower high. Yes, you draw your line there. Then we need to see the market come, push below this, make a head. After seeing this, what are we waiting for? We are waiting for the market to come and being rejected here or test this line. But we don't want to see the market closing. As I've told you here, some people can draw their resistance. If you go and look in the previous videos, I've been talking about the rules that you follow to draw these resistances around this level. So you go in the previous videos, you watch that, then this one would be just simple. The way you see it there, then that's how it will be. We will need to see the market come and retest here, then pushes back. As I've told you now, this is, can you see? Then I want to draw here a line. Yes. So we have this space between this one and this one. That's what we call a termination zone. This space here, that is what we call our termination zone. Yes, so we need to see this market within the coming and play within this region, this termination zone, this zone. But we don't want to see this market closing like above that. No, that one we don't want to see. We want to see it remain there. Then we need to see the market push back again, close above this. Then we expect now the market is changing the direction. So yes, that's how they are formed. That's the simple demonstration I can give for these two price actions, for these two price patterns. Yeah, how they are formed. Then let's go to charts and see. Maybe I can just for some people who wrote about these things, like how they are formed in their markets. You can see we in a downtrend. You can see we're forming left shoulder or inverse left shoulder. You can see ourselves with a neckline. You can see here the head. You can see the right shoulder. Are you getting? Then we can see the market pushing above this, come for a retest and go. Yes, in the coming videos, I will be teaching how these ones can be they can be used for, like, how you can get entries using head and shoulder, how easily you can get entries for those head and shoulder. Then we can, this one was for inverse head and shoulder. Then for this is for head and shoulder, still the same. We are seeing ourselves with left shoulder, neckline, head, and the right shoulder. So but let's go to charts and look at that. Here, yes, like for this, yes, this is Ethereum and we can see ourselves making a very good head and shoulder. It doesn't like it is not supposed to be perfect like the way I've drawn it here. As we know, the market is full of ups and downs, and it's not forming that regular shape, you get. So but you need to be following the rules, and you know that at least here we have formed a head and shoulder. As you can see here, we came and formed this right shoulder here. Let me do it. Yes, we came and formed right shoulder. We see the market forming the what? The head. But we again see the market here, if you can see very well, coming and testing this level here, this level. Then we see the market going up. Then we see the market pushing down below here, retesting, and the continuation, and the market is continuing down. As you can see, you see the market is still now moving down. This is the good sign that was showing us the market is changing the direction. Here, as you can see, I can draw those. That is our what? That is our neckline. You get? Then we see this is our what? If you can see very well, this is our termination zone here. This is our termination what? You need to touch this body of the candle and the top part of the wick. See, we see this market pushing up to this level a little bit, not exceeding our termination zone here, and we are seeing this market coming down, continuing. As you can see, we are still moving in a downtrend. So for those who place sell orders, this is now your right time, where we can see here the market come, retest, then continue to down. I will explain very well on getting entries using this in the next video, but as per now, let's first understand how they are formed, then we shall see. Then I wanted also to show, yes, for this inverse head and shoulder. As you can see here, the market was in a downtrend, forming lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. Then it reached at this point. You are seeing the market forming this inverse left shoulder, then coming to make a what? The head. But we are seeing the market here testing this level again. Are you seeing that? Testing this level again. Then we are seeing the market here coming into back to our termination zone. Then we are seeing the market pushing back. We are seeing the market now rocketing up. But before that, before you get an entry, we need to see this market come and test our level. But now after the market goes up, you understand? You understand that? But though, yeah, as I've told you, some they are formed in short term, and yeah, by the way, there are those signs that shows you that we are still in a trend continuation. But most of the times when they are formed, they are a trend reversal, and if you can follow them very carefully, you can get good entries and very good one, giving you good profits. So yes, make sure you subscribe and click the notification button for more videos. Stay blessed.